Hello! Now today we're going to code for the very first time on VBA in Microsoft Excel. Are you excited? I'm very excited. I know for many of you this is the first time you're going to code and it can seem very daunting, very scary. But actually if you think about it, in the past lectures you've already been doing some amount of coding. Remember the if formula back in lecture 4? Then you take an if and you put it in if. That was in some ways coding, yeah? So you already have some experience, yeah? So not to worry about that. What's more important is that I hope that you have lots of fun coding together with me, because I want to teach you how to learn coding through the use of games. So we're going to make games and learn to code in that process. Yeah. So here we are. Today is the day that we're going to code on Excel using this thing called VBA, or Visual Basic for Applications. Now you might be wondering, why am I teaching that? Why am I not teaching you some other popular coding language like Python or whatever, right? That's because VBA is very easy to code. Yeah? And in fact, it's still used in so many organizations. As long as you're not working a technical job, okay, that requires like a computing degree or engineering degree, okay, VBA will give you that edge, that niche to excel. Now, here's the other thing. Once you get the hang of VBA, it's actually very easy to learn other coding languages. It's like knowing a dialect. Once you know one dialect, it's easier to learn all the other dialects as well. So you know one, you know all. Yeah, okay. Kind of, but it is a huge stepping stone for more things, greater things in the future. Yeah. So first of all, you must have Microsoft Excel on your computer. If not, as an NUS student, you can install Microsoft Office for free. I have put the links in the lecture slide, so you can find it under Luminous, Files, Lecture Resources, and then Lecture 7. So find under Lecture 7-1 slide. So the links to how to install Office is there, alright? Okay, before we can actually start coding on Microsoft Excel, we need to change one setting, okay? So here's what we do. If you're using a Mac, okay, go to the top of your menu and click on Excel, okay? And then click on Preferences. When you see this window, and you just click on Ribbon and Toolbar. And on the right hand side, under Customize the ribbon, scroll down and you'll see this little thing called Developer. Okay, so click on that and click Save. Depending on the version that you're using, the Developer tab might not be available to you. In which case you need to uninstall Microsoft Office and install the free version of Microsoft Office given to you by NUS, okay? Unfortunately, Microsoft has this very weird thing where they disabled VBA coding on certain versions of Microsoft Office for Mac. Yeah, it's annoying. But hey, you know what you can do? You install the NUS one and then you sell the version of Microsoft Office that you bought. Anyway, by the time you graduate, that's like what, 2, 3, 4 years later, okay, there's going to be a new version of Microsoft Office anyway, yeah? So don't worry about that. Anyway, once you have selected the Developer tab, okay, you will now see this Developer thing in your menu bar over here. If you're using Windows, okay, all you have to do is just open up Microsoft Excel, click on File, then click on Options, and then click on Customize Ribbon, and then click the option that says Developer and click OK. Right? Now, once you have done all that, you will now be able to access the Developer tab here at the top. Okay? First and foremost, before we actually do our coding, okay, we cannot save it as the normal XLS or XLSX format. Okay? We need to save it in this format called XLSM. M for macro, Excel macro enabled workbook. Okay, so let's just save it as something. Okay, something.xlsm. Okay, click OK, and then we have saved it. Now, why is this very important? Because if you don't save it as the XLSM format, okay, all your VBA code will not be saved. Only the things that you do on the spreadsheet will be saved. Your code will be lost, gone forever. Now, very important. So always make sure you save it as XLSM. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is to create a button. Okay, so what do we need to do? Click on the button. Yes, the button. So click on that. Okay, and we'll just draw it anywhere. Okay, just like over here. Now, we just click OK first. Alright, so there we have our button. Okay, then the question is, how do I rename the button? Okay, first and foremost, there's a trick to this. The first thing you need to do is right click the button. It's a bit counterintuitive. Yeah, I don't know what these people in Microsoft are doing. So right click the button first, okay? Then left click it, okay? So that the menu goes away. Now you put your mouse over the button, okay? And can you see that the cursor has changed into that text cursor for you to type? Then you click on it. Now you can rename the button. So let's change it to hello. Okay, and then you just click away. Don't press enter, just click away. And now you have renamed the button. So what do we do now? Okay, now right click the button again. Can you see this thing over here that says assign macro? So you click on that. And then we need to give the macro a name. So let's call it hello_click. There is a convention in coding that from all the code for buttons, we always end it with _click. That's how we know that it's meant for a button. Okay, click on the button that says new over here. Okay, and by doing that, you now have the Visual Basic Editor. Wow, it looks a bit scary, right? Oh, what's all these things? Okay, so let me explain, okay? One step at a time. First of all, you'll notice that there's this thing called a sub hello_click end sub. So a sub is VBA's way of telling Excel that this is the start of a set of instructions that's going to be executed when you click a button. And end sub is, that's where it ends lah, okay? We're going to write our code in between sub and end sub. Okay, so our first command is MSG box. Wow, what is MSG box? You know, MSG adds flavor, right? No lah. MSG means message box. So MSG box, okay, capital M, capital B, okay, and then we will write our message, which is quotation marks, HELLO, double quotation marks. So open quotation marks, hello, close quotation marks, alright? How do we know whether the code works? Okay, we go back to our spreadsheet, okay, and now we click the hello button. What happens? It says hello, so our code works. Congratulations, you have written your first VBA program. Aha! It's very lame, right? Okay, so you can change the message, okay? You can change it to Aiyo, so lame. Okay, then if we click the button, the message has changed. Aiyo, so lame. Now, why do we need to put things in quotation marks? Because when we are putting things in quotation marks, we are telling Excel, hey, this is a string of words, a string of text, okay? Because without the quotation marks, we could be invoking a command, okay, or some other object. So Excel will get very confused if you don't put the quotation marks. Now, there is a famous saying, erratum humanum est. To err is human. So we make mistakes from time to time, right? So imagine this scenario where this time around we forgot to put the quotation marks. Okay, so we just type message box IO ... so lame, no quotation marks. So what happens if we don't have it? Okay, if you click the hello button, you get an error message, right? Compile error, syntax error. So cryptic. I don't know what all these people are doing. It's not just VBA. Any programming language, the error messages are always very cryptic. It's as if you're trying to divine the tea leaves or the signs of the times to see what the prophecy is telling you. So mysterious, right? But don't worry, in this set of lecture videos, I will explain some of the more common error messages. And under lecture resources, there is a document to highlight to you the typical error messages that you might encounter. So at least I explain all these cryptic messages for you, okay? The error, don't worry, don't panic, just click OK. Now, you notice one thing? A line got highlighted, right? Sub hello_click. Is it now highlighted in yellow? This is Excel's way of show you where the error might be. It's a bit of a hit and miss. Sometimes the yellow area contains the errors. But in this case, no matter how much you stare at it, the yellow area is okay. So where's the error? The yellow area is okay, then the error is happened a few lines above or a few lines below. Now in this case, we need to spot the message, or in this case, they highlighted it in red also for you. So what do I need to do? I need to fix the error. So I put quotation mark, okay? Now, if I click the button, what happens? Nothing happens. In fact, the button just hangs over there. Why? Because when you make an error, then Excel confused, brain hang. So we need to unconfuse Excel. How do we unconfuse Excel? You see over here, this button is the reset button. So you need to click the reset button, and you notice the yellow highlighted disappears. That means Excel is ready to run the program once again. Okay, so now we have clicked the reset button. Now we click the hello button. Aiyo, so lame. It works again. Haha. So there you have it. That's your first program. I know it's a bit lame. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to make your first hello program less lame. Alright, so see you.